Here's my center of operations. My
And
desk.
we're
Go ahead
back.
and poke around. If you want to know the particular...
Oops, no, that's not what we want to do. We want to load. We don't want to go on. I don't want to play the beginning of this game again, to be completely honest. Okay. So I've been thinking about this a lot. Oh, that's right, we have to do it like this. I feel like the block needs to not be our first step. But I'm not sure. Let me see. Ah! I need to get that first laser blocked off. Oh, wait. Okay. Now what? I really want to get this right, because I feel like... Okay. For the love of sweet Jesus. Okay. Well, I guess... Can I get the... Do I need to get the block down on this last laser to the ball? I guess that's the last thought process there. Because if I push the block into the corner where I'm at right now, it's going to be stuck there forever. If I push the block any further up, it'll be stuck there. Okay, let's do this. Okay. I think I know where I'm going with this. Okay. I apologize if we've gotten this far and I screw it up. But I think I've got it. Oh no, okay. I have to push her up. Because I have to be able to get in here. I'm like trying to look from all angles to make sure I don't get stuck anywhere. God, this is a hard puzzle for the beginning of this game. I don't know what they were... Again, like, I did never make it through this game originally. So I guess... grain of salt with me complaining about the difficulty, because obviously I didn't... Okay, there we go. Okay. That's one thing off our list. I still don't know exactly what we need to do next. This would have been so much easier if I hadn't, you know... Oh, hello. Played this one day and then had to, like, replay it. Because here's the rape I was talking about last video, where I just have to change them. Because I don't know if I, like, was like, oh, nothing, you know, is happening here, or if... But I just don't remember seeing something. Oh, okay. Very majestic. Okay, I have to skip back. Okay, nothing going on there. Crows, nothing going on in crows. This is with the little crocodile, which we did click on. There we go. 40 winks. Writhing roots. Oh, this is the, okay, that's the bone one. Which is kind of like a black comedy thing to put in a mausoleum model. Is like a little bone popping out of a coffin, but I guess that's just the kind of guy he is. Okay. And I think we talked to both of them. Yeah. I'll let you get back to that.
I'll let you get back to
Even
work.
though I feel like we should question about the fact that he was like, that everyone said he couldn't possibly be selling stuff to his uncles and then, or great uncles. Sorry, great uncles. I want to get back to that locked mausoleum here.
To figure out if there's anything camouflaged in that design, I'm gonna need some paper.
Okay. Yeah, this just seemed like the most suspicious place. Because, I mean, there's, like, a bunch of mushrooms all over the place. But I guess that's the only part of the cemetery that seemed like I could activate it right now. Okay, where did I come from? This way? Okay. So I need paper. And since I can only talk to two people,
Hello
I'm guessing
again. Do you by any
there's
chance
only
have
two
some
people.
plain paper and anything like chalk that I could use?
Don't have any chalk, but I certainly have paper. But it's up in my room, and I'm afraid I cannot retrieve it for you until I'm finished here.
You know
Get
what?
the
Something
urge
like
to
that.
draw a picture?
Let's lie.
Something like that.
Like a liar.
I know, I'll help you. That way you'll get done faster.
Gracious, you are the picture of impatience, aren't you? Well, I appreciate the offer. But here, why don't you just take this instead? It's an extra key to my room.
Okay.
The paper's in a drawer in my nightstand. Just go on up and help yourself. But make sure you lock the door when you leave, you hear? You I trust. But Henry, Him I do
Why
not.
does everyone always trust me right off
really
the bat?
appreciate this.
All I
As
do
long
is
as you're
go
going
through
up
people's
there,
stuff.
My appetite could use a little placating, so I would be much obliged if you would bring me a candy bar from my nightstand. And take one for yourself while you're at it.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of candy bar it's gonna be. Nancy Drew tends to just have one type. But I guess we'll find out. Okay, so the room of the voodoo lady. Ooh. Got a little lightning. This game did give me the warning that I should be playing this game with the lights off. But pickup powder. But this game has a lot of reading in it too. And my eyesight is not, just keeps getting worse, really.
One for Renee,
Coco Kringle. The Nancy Drew original.
and one for me.
Eat that candy. Okay, what do we got in here? Oh, that's just the paper. I hope that isn't like my trash or my Coco Kringle that I'm just leaving in this lady's. Like, she's into voodoo. She gets power from the universe. I don't want to mess with her universe power. Don't want to go into hiccups again. But I also don't want to leave this room until I'm sure. So I got this, which I don't think I can do anything with yet. But I should probably be writing down. Because you know what? It's gonna come up and then I'm not gonna be able to get into this room again. So, triangle like that. Triangle like this. Circle with a V and a dot. Triangle with a dot in the middle. I am going to put the great crack in the wall in there just in case that becomes important. Then square within a square. Circle surfing. And triangle with a pompadour. And 2 dots. Okay. So hopefully that code just comes up sooner rather than later. Okay. What is going on here? Oh, I can create little images. So I could maybe create the 4 around the ends. Okay, that I need. That I don't. That I don't. These 2 I do. This is a hard one. It would be easier if I could, like, unclick. I need a dot in the middle. 1, skip to 1, 1, skip to 1. What? Ugh, I was hoping it was just gonna stick with the pattern. And I was gonna feel clever, but I guess that's not the case. There we go. Okay. So we did that one. So now it's like a squiggle, a heart kind of thing, a line. This was, okay, We don't need that because there's no line at the top. We don't need that. We don't need that. And we don't need that. So these 4 off bounds. Don't need that. Don't need that. Do need that. So this one. This one we need. That one we don't. That one we do. So 1 skip 2. They like that 1 skip 2 thing. 1 dot. Then we just need this thing over here. Okay, there it is. There. Oh, I need to close my inventory. I can't even see this one over here. Okay. That one's even kind of hard to unpack. Okay, that I need. That I don't. That I might. No. That seems more likely. Maybe this one too? But that leaves just the X with the eyes. Does that equal 1? Okay, let me think. These are the 3 on the bottom. Okay, let me just... Oh, okay. That is... Yay! Okay. Okay. Is it just me, or does that look pretty close to the thing already? Okay. I think these are part of it. This one, and this one. So now we just need the 2 eyelash type things with the circle in the middle. Okay, so I need that one. Okay, so this, and this. No. This, and God, there we go. Good. Go team. Success. Okay. To most people, spells that are cast using words spoken aloud sound like gibberish, repetitive, nonsensical, and annoying. But there are powerful spells, are powerful spells indeed. So powerful that there are only 2 ways to negate them. One is to discern the precise meaning and purpose of the spell, and to vocalize the appropriate counterspell. But this demands intimate knowledge not only of hoodoo words, but of the motivations of the spell's creator, and this is often impossible. The more common method of disenchantment involves writing the symbolic equivalent of the spell on an object placed between the originator of the spell and its recipient, a practice known as spectriloquy. Once a spell is broken down into individual sounds, each sound is translated into a letter from the spectral alphabet and then drawn left to right on a fence, wall, window, etc. The spectral alphabet is comprised of 28 symbols and is based on 4 basic vowel sounds. Okay, so I guess these are like my things I just wrote. So ba is the first one. Za, ba, za. Ba, za, lu. Bazalupa. And that's where we had our little break. Bazalupa. Square and square. D. Mu. And where is my last one? Ka. So Bazalupa di Mu Ka. With a break in the middle that could technically, I guess, be another letter that was broken out of it. To break the spell, I guess, or something. Is that the only thing in here? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Boop, boop. But I'm gonna guess that that's it here. Rummaging through, like, she must be waiting upon waiting for me to get back. Did I lock it? Okay. I didn't want one of those famous Nancy Drew ends where you forgot to do one thing and suddenly you've got a game over. Oh, Nancy, you told her you would lock her room and then, oh, you just walked away. Time for you to leave the city. Everyone get your pitchforks.
You bring me that Cocoa Kringle bar like I asked?
Right here.
Bless you. I'm so hungry I could devour these plants I'm potting up, dirt and all. How else may I be of service to you?
Those weird symbols
I
on
bet
the
she
wall
did.
in your room. Do you know who painted them?
I did. Fact of the matter is, there's a spirit living in that wall.
Of course there is.
A spirit?
Got a voice that it sends shivers down the spine of Dracula himself. Used to hear it sometimes, in the dead of night, half talking, half whispering, saying
Like
this
the
one
lonely-
word I never heard before, like it was from a language no one on earth spoke. And suddenly,
Yeah, because I guess it
the
sounds like
spirit
gibberish.
was trying to cast a spell on me. So I got me a book and found out that by painting the word I heard on the wall, syllable by
Bazalupa.
syllable, in hoodoo signs, I could counteract the word's power. And you know what? The spirit has not spoken that word
wonder-
or any other since.
Temuka.
What was the word?
Darling, a sack full of water moccasins couldn't get me to say that word out loud. Nor will I write it down.
I
no,
mean,
sir. Not ever,
I've
ever,
written
ever.
it down. And
I'll
said
see
it
you
aloud.
later.
Thanks for coming by.
And written the symbols. So I guess if she's cursed, I'm cursed. But do you have anything to
Yes.
say about this? No. Okay.
I'll stop bugging you now.
Whatever.
Oh, that's right. I can't make phone calls right in front of somebody's face. They get real mad about that. Oh, I have to leave the room. Okay, let's call Ned.
Hi, Nancy.
What is
Hey, Ned.
happening, my
What's going on?
dude? Okay.
Actually, I'll call you later, okay?
But I want to hear what you've been doing.
Don't worry, you will. Later. Bye, Ned.
Bye, Nan.
Ned, I have been doing things, but I don't want to tell you about them till I do specific things. Anything for Bess to say?
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
That's funny.
That's what I was going to ask you.
I'll see you later.
Bye.
I guess I'll go check back at Zeke's. Or I guess I'll go check over here.
Hey, what'll it be?
Let's have
A bowl of gumbo, please.
a bowl of
Enjoy.
gumbo. Put some hot sauce on it. It'll be delicious.
Talk about spicy.
Okay. I don't know what I have to do to trigger that guy talking to me, but I do know he talks to you eventually.
Sneeze lady, what's going on?
That gumbo stand outside? What do you think? Is it pretty authentic?
Outstanding! Just watch the hot sauce. Whatever's in it gives my stomach instant fits.
Oh, I guess that's knowledge that'll
I'm
come
gonna
in
keep browsing
handy
if
later.
that's okay.
Take your
When
time.
I systematically ruin this dude's life by giving him medical conditions like incessant sneezing and stomach aches. I didn't like that even one bit. Like, I figured something might happen if I just keep clicking on it. I didn't really think anything would, to be completely honest. Okay, let's try one. Like, I think I tried
what'll it be?
all the dishes.
Enjoy.
I guess there must be something that happens that triggers where I need him out of the room. And I grab the hot sauce from him, the stand at that point. Okay, let's just call Nancy back. Obviously, it's not something on Bess's end.
Hello?
What's up?
Not much. What about you?
Ditto.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Thanks, you two, for all your help. Oh, wait, I have the piece of paper now. So I just need chalk. Where would I find chalk? Must be chalk somewhere. Oh wait, I can touch these now. Oh!
What was that?
That was Uncle Bruno's pet iguana, Iggy. He's always in here stealing paper. He must be using it to build a nest or something. Look, I had all those books arranged so they fit perfectly in that box. Put them back in, okay? I don't have time.
Okay.
I just want to look through this one book.
Go right ahead. After you put all those other books back.
What one is... Okay, well, it must be the Crystal Skull one, I'm gonna guess, but... Okay, that's too long. Huh. I just don't know about this one. I should have looked how they were arranged on the shelf before. I should have known that this was gonna happen to me. I'm a little bit worried about the fact that there's that room in there. Ooh, that seemed like a good one. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious me. Look how close I am. Look at this. Okay. I think I have to turn everything backwards. Sort of. Okay, that part's good. I know that these, like, if things don't line up perfectly, then they need to be moved. Right? Right. Right? Right. Okay, so far so good. Right? Right. And the winner goes to... Okay. Phone number that I hope Nancy will write down by herself, but I guess I'm writing it down for her anyway, because the last thing I want to do is come back for this book. In the old Nancy Drew games, they really, like, you had to take notes because Nancy didn't have a cell phone, they didn't save numbers, and the puzzles had to do with a lot of, like, skipping from one place to another, but in these games you don't need to as much, which is something I kind of miss, but it was a pain in the butt. One of the most ancient and widespread legends known to humankind can be summed up thusly. Scattered over the earth are 13 humanoid skulls carved out of the pure crystal. At some point in the future, fate will bring the 13 skulls together and they will speak, imparting wisdom that will save the human race from annihilation and usher in a golden era of peace and enlightenment. There are several versions of this legend. In one, the skulls were recreated by Mayans, Incans, and Aztecs and collectively form a repository of knowledge, information detailing how and why humans came to be. Another legend credits their creation to the extraterrestrials who seeded the earth with the human race and left the skulls behind to explain their actions at some point in the future. Yet another contends the skulls are ancient in origin, but more important that each skull is somehow magical in and of itself. The distinctive gifts they offer their owners reputedly include precognition, clairvoyance, telekinesis, and of course, immortality. Some variations combine all of the above. I'm gonna guess this game has something to do with immortality. When you see immortality on there, it's a great motivator. Okay. TBFM LHAPQ. Okay. What is both indisputable and intriguing about the general legend and its smaller, colorful variations is that several mysterious crystal skulls have indeed been discovered in the past millennium, turning up in all corners of the earth. What follows is an examination of everything that is currently known about these skulls in hopes of separating the facts of their existence from the fantasies of human imagination. The Whisper, which I guess is the one they mentioned in our letter earlier, that we found after causing that guy to have some sort of allergic reaction to sneezing powder. The first documented reference to this crystal skull, known as the Whisperer, came in 1532. Shortly after, Hernando de Soto helped Francisco Pizarro ambush and capture the Incan Emperor Atahualpa at the Battle of Cajamarca. De Soto's aide-de-camp, while updating the De Soto's expedition records, noted that during Atahualpa's subsequent imprisonment, De Soto befriended the Incan ruler. In time, Atahualpa told De Soto a secret. He possessed an exquisitely detailed life-size human skull that the ancient ones had carved out of pure, clear crystal. He happened upon it at the hut of a deceased high priest whose astonishingly advanced age had caused his fellow priests, out of fear and jealousy, to slip him a fatal dose of poison. Atahualpa took a fancy to the skull and kept it, and soon realized that the skull, which he contended would sometimes whisper to him in an unearthly voice using unfamiliar words, was giving him immunity to all human ailments. As long as he possessed the skull, Atahualpa told De Soto he would live forever. But like the priest before him, and like everyone who possessed this particular skull after him, Atahualpa soon discovered that while the skull could perhaps protect him from the ravages of time and nature, it was no match for the treachery of his fellow man. To De Soto's great surprise and dismay, Pizarro had Atahualpa executed. Although there is no mention of the skull in De Soto's records, it is highly doubtful that the Spaniard would have left such a treasure behind when he returned to Europe in 1536. Indeed, the next documented reference to the crystal skull, which Atahualpa seems to have inadvertently bequeathed to De Soto, came in a letter written by a nobleman in the court of Philip II, the member of the Austrian Habsburg. Family who took over the Spanish Empire in 1556. While a guest at the Habsburg Palace in Vienna, the nobleman mentions encountering a crystalline head of death, which a manservant swore made utterances strange and low, too terrible for the ear to bear. Apparently the skull then made its way to France, most likely via Anne of Austria, who married King Louis XIII of France in 1615. Because the next reference to a death's head carved from remarkably clear crystal can be found in the manifest of a ship belonging to René Robert Cavalier, Sieur de la Salle. And again, I'm so sorry for this butchering of every language that is not my own, and the one that is my own. A French explorer who in 1684 was preparing for a journey that would take the skull ironically back to the New World from which it had come. The fact that La Salle took the skull with him on his expedition to colonize the Mississippi River Valley suggests that he may have been aware of its reputation for conferring immortality upon its— oh my god, this is the longest thing. But once again, his real enemy proved to be not age or disease, but his fellow man, a group of his men stranded in what is now Texas after the expedition landed in the wrong place and antagonized local Native Americans, eventually mutinied and killed LaSalle so they could abandon their mission and head for the relative safety of the French outposts in Canada. The Whisperer, however, appears to have been left behind and didn't reappear until almost 200 years later. The photo to the right, found in the basement of a library in Jonesboro, Arkansas, suggests that by 1881, Atahualpa's crystal skull had found itself into the hands of a traveling huckster who apparently used it to lure, oh thank God, potential patrons to his wagon so he could sell them various bombs and elixirs. If he is the same Curtis Caldwell who, according to census records, settled in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, he lived and worked to the ripe age of 93, dying only when a dissatisfied customer set fire to his house in a fit of anger. If the Whisperer was in Caldwell's house... Thank you, Nancy. It no doubt survived the fire, but exactly what happened to it next proved impossible to discern, and its current whereabouts is a mystery. What is known about the skull's previous owners could prove very useful in solving the mystery, for all the people who possessed it have had two things in common. They lived for an unusually long time, and they always, without exception, met with death at the hands of another. In other words, the trail that leads to the discovery of this particular crystal skull was likely to be one that begins with murder. Okay, and my husband... I'll be right down! I gotta go.